towards page 77, and I'll just drop a reminder for others to join if
All
anyone
right,
is
all right.
interested. It is chapter 2, right? Today?
Yes, yes, chapter 2, page number 77.
नहीं भाभी बस.
Okay. So I'll be on mute, Jyoti, and I won't be able to speak up.
All right, all right. I think no one else has joined in. It's me, Pravu, and Mansi. That's it. Right? Till now?
Yes.
Okay, okay. No problem. We shall wait for some people to join in. If they'll join in, then we'll start. Otherwise, it's okay. We'll go further for the reading session. Okay, anything which you want to share? Reflection of 3 4 days from where we have started reading, or any reflection from yesterday's read. Prabhu. Oh, we have Anjali as well. Hi, Anjali.
Hi, Jyoti.
So we were just discussing, Anjali, that if we want to share any reflections before we start reading for the day, any reflection from yesterday's session, or maybe the sessions we had in past regarding the same book, on the same book. So if you want to share something, we can, and then we shall start reading. Anybody want to share something?
Jyoti, I did it yesterday, na? So nothing to share today.
All right, all right. Hi, Sumanji. Okay, so everybody, please write their names in chat box. Whosoever wants to read today, they can take turn by turn the reading, and we shall start now. It's already 2:35. We shall start reading now. Anybody who wants to read?
Hello, good afternoon to all.
Hi, good afternoon. All right. Anybody wants to read?
I'll take next.
You will take next. Okay.
Yeah,
Then I'll start today, and then you shall take over.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. If you intentionally try to observe reality, you will notice it is inviting you to embrace a mindset of flow. Not only should you allow your identity to flow as you learn more about yourself and the world, but you should do your best to flow through life as opposed to trying to control every possible outcome. It is important to practice this without going to extremes. You should have goals and intentionally build your life through your actions. This is good for you. But letting go of controlling every little thing will help you think more clearly and have more peace. Even with big setbacks, being able to proceed and then move forward rather than getting bowled over by an undesirable outcome is a great skill. Similarly, having a sense of value that function like an anchor for your identity is useful because this will help you relate with the world and the people around you. Values can function like a filter that assists you in deciding who and what is or is not for you. A mindset of flow is not about being actionless and utterly amorphous. It is about living an active life while remembering that change is something to embrace instead of fight. Flowing instead of forcing is easier when you intentionally let go of attachments. The mind creates a lot of attachments quickly. It will crave certain outcomes over others and it will try to make them happen. The problem is that sometimes what we want to happen is far outside our realm of control, especially when what we crave involves other people. Attachment can lead into the attempt to control others, and this only results in removing the freedom and joy from our relationships. I will read this line again. Attachment can lead into the attempt to control others, and this only results in removing the freedom and joy from our relationships. At best, you can give advice or let others know your wishes, but you cannot control how others act. When you intentionally try to flow through life, you do your best to be clear in your communications. But you remember that the true flourishing of any relationship requires alignment in your commitments instead of forcing things to go your way all the time. Making attachments is like trying to throw anchors into the river of change, except this is a river that has no bottom. The anchors will not help you get the outcomes you crave, and each one will weigh you down more and make your mind feel heavier. For many, flowing instead of forcing requires a real shift and an alteration of personal life philosophy. We normally grow up when attachment, and we have to teach ourselves to let go more and more often. Letting go is in no way easy, but we choose this path because it is the only one that results in genuine happiness, inner peace, and the type of wisdom that helps you be free. On growth and kindness. Selfishness is a misconception in the wellness world. When you decide to embrace your evolution, you will undoubtedly begin to make different life decisions. Your actions will start becoming more aligned with how you aspire to show up in the world. Your preferences will slowly shift, and what you want from your interactions with other people will resemble the authenticity that you are developing within yourself. Since you are working on creating connection within yourself, you will seek deeper connections with those around you. Along the way, there will be people in your life who do not approve of the way you are changing, and others who applaud your growth. A tough aspect about the period of transformation is that you cannot control other people's perceptions. For their own reasons and because of past conditioning, some may be taken off guard by the changes and may even resist them. This can be especially true if you are experimenting with boundaries, new healing modalities, making new friends, and testing out new worldviews to see which fits you the best. As you grow, it is important to keep in mind that kindness still matters. Kindness to yourself and others is a sign of great maturity and inner development. Culturally, in the wellness world, there is a trendy misconception that personal growth makes you selfish. But that is far from the truth and genuinely counterproductive. Growth and self love are not meant to make your ego bigger. In truth, developing more compassion for others is a sign that your self love is real. After spending time with yourself, examining your mind, old hurts, and past conditioning, you should start to see how your mind works and how it impacts your daily life. For many, this experience of understanding yourself help you see that you are not the only one suffering. Others are also having a hard time moving through the same spectrum of emotions. Self love and growth will naturally ask you to refocus your attention on yourself and make sure that you have established the proper system and habits in your life to help you move forward. It takes time to learn how to treat yourself well so that you can function at a happier and more optimal level. But this is quite different from becoming egocentric. Seeing yourself as more important than others, treating others harshly, quickly excommunicating friends, or rapidly labeling those who don't like as toxic is non conducive to life changing growth. An important part of growth is realizing that nothing is ever going to be perfect. even in our closest relationships. Relationships are bound to have manageable degrees of conflict that, if held properly, can become points of understanding that bring you closer together. Conflict resolution is an essential part of being in a relationship or community. Having an argument does not necessarily mean that the situation is toxic. Over time, running from conflict will decrease your chances of developing healthy and nourishing connections. Granted, this does not excuse abusive behavior that is truly harmful. And in these cases, it is certainly needed to create space between you and that person. What you should strive for this balance. Treat yourself well and simultaneously be kind to others. Help people when you can, but be mindful not to exhaust yourself or burn out. Give while also making sure that you will have enough for yourself. Going to extremes, one way or the other, will create mental tension and struggle. The reason wellness has picked up so much steam and is now such a large movement is because people seriously want to transform their lives for better. But we need to make sure that we don't go the other way where we solely care for ourselves and feel fine about treating others harshly. If your freedom is growing, then your ego is shrinking. Even when you intentionally try to take care of yourself and be kind to others, you are not going to get it right every time. Others may still see you in a negative light because you are not behaving or doing things in the way that they prefer. These are uncontrollable factors that are part of life. Even so, a point of inner victory is attained when you have compassion for yourself and others. Getting yourself to this mindset is needed to experience true inner peace. You can please take over from here.
Yeah. Thank you. 10 reflections that will help you succeed. Number one, give yourself time to envision your own future. Let yourself see what comes next. Don't place limitations on yourself when you think about your next chapter. Let your mind reach far and allow your sight to be oriented by your deepest aspirations. Above all, what do you want life to feel like? Before you act, let your mind and heart create a clear direction for you. Number two, the closest relationship in your life are a direct reflection of your relationship with your emotions. When you can be with and embrace the tumultuousness that may temporarily arise within you, this strengthens your capacity to give your loving attention to someone you care for when they are going through something difficult. If you find distance between yourself and someone you love, ask yourself, is there a way to become closer to myself so that I can deepen my connection with them? Number three, you have lived with your mind long enough to know that heavy emotions will sometimes cloud your perception. You will not be able to see yourself well when your mind is moving through an emotional storm. A large enough storm will make everything look dark and cloudy. Don't let a temporary moment of mental heaviness become a blame game where you start judging yourself harshly. Number four, if you want to create more harmony with those you are closest to, you should widen your channel of communication so that you are both clear about how you would like your happiness to be supported. Don't let what would add to your joy be a mystery to each other. Checking in with your partner as well as friends and family members about how you would like to show up for each other will help remove confusion. Number five, perception is memory combined with evaluation. Perception is memory combined with evaluation. Whatever you encounter in the present moment will be measured according to what it most resembles from your past. This process moves incredibly quickly, and it makes it hard to create a fresh understanding of what is happening right in front of you. The point of this mental process is survival, but constantly seeing the present through the lens of the past will make it difficult for you to thrive. The only way to retrain the mind is by intentionally slowing down, knowing that the mind likes to jump to judgment, and putting your energy into actively taking in the present will allow you to see more of what is right in front of you. Number 6, moving at your natural speed is not only one of the best ways to rebel, it is also one of the most important ways to love yourself. I am repeating the heading. Moving at your natural speed is not only one of the best ways to rebel, it is also one of the most important ways to love yourself. Society will try to push you into an unreasonable speed of existence, but adopting the speed of others will only cause you tension. A busy life does not automatically equal a successful life. Taking time to breathe and process your emotions is the best way to take intentional steps forward. These mini moments of getting to know yourself will help you produce skillful actions. When you practice moving organically, you will see that rushing was hampering your ability to share your gifts with the world. Number 7, have you held your happiness in your own hands lately, or have you been placing it in the hands of others? I am repeating, have you held your happiness in your own hands lately, or have you been placing it in the hands of others? Even though you know that the deepest foundation of happiness begins within you, it is easy to fall into old patterns where you are giving away your power. Old patterns take time to unbind. Repeatedly centering yourself around the fact that your perception can make or break your happiness will help you walk into the present moment with greater appreciation and ownership. Point number 8 is evaluate how much you are saying yes. Evaluate how much you are saying yes. Is how often you say yes adding to your life and goals, or is this merely causing exhaustion? Is each yes bringing you into alignment or making you feel greater discord? Are you saying yes from a genuine place, or are you saying it out of fear of causing disappointment? Next point, ninth point is your relationship with change is a clear barometer for the amount of stress your mind carries. I'm repeating the point. Your relationship with change is a clear barometer for the amount of stress your mind carries. If you embrace change, the ups and downs of life will cause you less tension. If you have a combative relationship with change, then you will struggle when you repeatedly feel that much of life is outside of your control. Time and life only flow forward in the form of an ever changing river. If your inner peace is important to you, then you need to learn to move with the current as opposed to moving against it. Point number 10, the more intense your reaction, the greater your level of stress and anxiety. The more intense your reaction, the greater your level of stress and anxiety. Others can certainly create challenges in your life, but your greatest challenge is within you. The way you react to what you feel defines the quality of your life. If you truly want to reclaim your power and build inner peace, turn your attention inward and pay attention to your mental movements. Before you can change your reactions, you must first see how much unnecessary tension you are causing yourself. A note on believing in yourself. Many people will cross your path who will not be able to see your vision. This may make you doubt yourself or reconsider if what you are putting energy into is even worth it. The important thing is to realize that everything is not for everyone. People have different tastes, needs, and preferences, and often are coming from a place of fear. The only validation for your vision that you genuinely need is that of your own intuition. If you feel your inner compass pointing you toward a clear direction, then you can have confidence to pursue it. Having goals that are different from those of the people around you can sometimes make you feel alone or unsupported, but that is often how it is in the beginning. Once people start seeing results, that your goal is something achievable, they are more likely to become supportive. This happens to many people who walk outside of their comfort zones and put their energy into creating something new. You must have the courage to walk the path alone if necessary, and eventually others will join you. Now we have reflective questions. What does thriving mean to you? I am repeating, what does thriving mean to you? Second is, do you have habits that are holding you back from thriving? Do you have habits that are holding you back from thriving? What would you like to change about your daily routine? What would you like to change about your daily routine? What does your ideal life look like? What does your ideal life look like? And what is one of your biggest victories? What is one of your biggest victories? Yes, next chapter is started. Should I go ahead or someone else
Yes,
want
yes.
to?
So we have end the chapter number 3. So I don't know how many of us actually go through the reflective questions every day, and do we sit at night or in the evening when we are alone to go through these reflective questions. So if like if everybody allows and if everybody is okay, can we actually talk about the reflective questions? Maybe so that we can just sum up the chapter, because every day what happens is that we end the entire chapter and then we discuss the pointers and then we go to the next chapter. But over here, because we have ended the third chapter in the middle of the session, so I just want that we can have a quick summary, or we can just discuss whatever we have read in the chapter number 3, or maybe we can go through the reflective questions and then we shall start with the chapter number 4. If it is okay with everybody, we can do that. Otherwise, we can go to the chapter number 4 directly. What do you all say? Any suggestions? Anything?
Jyoti, you suggest.
Didi, I think we will take break tomorrow, na? Now today, after 2 days. So if we can start the new chapter on Monday also, that would be fine. Like if we are not going to finish it. If we are going to finish it, it's okay. We
No,
can
no,
start.
yes, that's why I stopped over here, because it's already 3 o'clock. We won't be able to finish chapter number 4 entirely, and we are going to meet on Monday now. So I just wanted to go through the reflective questions, or maybe we can discuss about whatever we have read till now. So that's why I was just asking for the permission.
Yeah, everyone, whatever is fine. I feel let's keep the new start from Monday, na? That
Monday
would be
itself,
better
yes,
now.
yes.
Yeah.
Everybody is okay with it? Can we just share our reflections and maybe uh, the summary of the chapters we have read? Is it okay?
Actually, for reflective questions, what I feel that they need time to so they need little time to reflect upon.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I was not saying that we will go through all the questions. Maybe one
Yeah.
question at a time. So at least we can start. I don't know how many of us are actually going through the reflective questions every day. This was my concern and this was my question. Basically, to be very honest, I also didn't go through every reflective question which was there in chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. So I was thinking that maybe we can just discuss about certain things, or maybe we can just discuss about whatever we have read till now, what ever we think that needs to be changed in our relationships, or maybe from our perspective or our point of view, we can just go through it. That will be also a kind of reflection only. Need not to go through each and every question. This is what I was saying.
Yeah. But I feel for personally for myself that I can share it on Monday after giving some time to these questions.
All right, no, not an issue,
Yeah.
not an issue. Then
Yeah.
we
The
can
others
just,
can if they want. Yes,
yes,
surely.
yes.
What we can do now, just a suggestion that what maybe we can just reflect upon the reading and whatever takeaways we have, like whatever struck us as of now. Maybe if reflective questions need time, we can take take the weekend for that, and we can just reflect upon the takeaways from the reading as of now of the three chapters together.
right, right,
Yeah,
right. So we can just
that's
jump into
okay.
the
True.
yeah, we can just jump into the discussion, whatever we read today. So anybody wants to share something? Anyone from today's read? Anjali, Sumanji, Manishji, Prabhu,
Yeah, many
Sabina.
takeaways
Actually, I
are
just
there
logged
from.
in. Actually, I was in a meeting. Actually,
All right, no problem, Manishji. Yes, yes, you were saying something, Sumanji.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, many pointers were there. One was about the past conditioning, that we have to behave more like, means we have to behave with more compassion. Because past conditioning is impossible to remove from our perspective. But what we can do from our part, that is that we can behave with more kindness and more compassion. And there needs to be a balance between self-love and getting egocentric. Sometimes self-love converts into egoism. We should be mindful regarding that self-love is not converted into egocentric vision. And we
Yes.
have to help others, contribute to others in maintaining such a balance that we don't feel burnout.
Hmm. Right. Absolutely right. So basically, you like pointed out very correctly. This is what actually we read today. So basically, whatever our goals are, we need to intentionally, obviously, this is what we read in the first go when I was reading, that we have to obviously build everything around us with our thoughts only. Actually, everything comes into our mind in our thoughts, then only it comes into the real life, in practical life, or in physical world. So basically, the first thing which we read today was, we actually want to control everything, control every output, or maybe control every result of everything. So going into extremes, like controlling everything because we are attached to something so much so that we want a certain thing to happen in a certain way, whether we are talking about relationships or we are talking about ourselves also, or we shall sacrifice everything for the relationship, or will think that okay, I'll be okay sacrificing my wishes, my thoughts, my things. So I think practicing to be and to always choose the middle path is the main thing we should focus on. We shouldn't be very selfish, we shouldn't be very, you can say, selfless when we are not even taking care of ourselves. So that both the extremes shouldn't be there. It shouldn't go, it should not be zero, it should not be one, it should be always into the gray area or the middle path, as Buddhism suggests that both the extremes are harmful. Anything which is too much is also harmful. Anything which we lack or have a deficiency is also harmful. So you need to always take the middle path to be in the gray area, or you can say you can be into decimals or fractions, not the real numbers. So this is what my take was. So basically, uh, whenever we are attached to something, I think at that time it will hurt the most. When you know, you can just go to your partner or maybe anybody you are into a relationship with, anybody so if so, and you can just tell them what you want. You can hear out them that what they actually want. You can always come to a common ground. You can always come to a same page. But when you start controlling the other person, there was a very beautiful line when I was reading it. It will take away the joy and freedom of the relationship. And I repeated this line also, that attachment always take away the joy and freedom, because love is not to hold back, it is to set free. So you can always tell what you wish for, you can always listen to what they are wishing for, you can discuss, come on the same page. Sometimes you maybe have to be a little adjusting, sometimes they'll be have to be little adjusting, but every time it cannot be you who will command or have a controlling nature. Every time it cannot be their situation also that they'll command and they'll dominate. It should be, there should be equality, and there should be a common understanding between the two people if they are into a good relationship. So this was my take from today's read. So yeah, anybody else?
Yeah, very true. The what you said, that attachment means control also enters in our life, and intention and clear communication is the need there.
Absolutely, yes. Anjali, want to share something? Prabhu?
I think Anjali is left. Uh, so myself, I was not able to pay much attention today, but I heard this one line where somewhere it said that just being busy doesn't. You should not always be just busy. Something like that, right? If anyone can just highlight that. So I really like that point.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So basically, I think, see, that was something I think Sumanji was reading it, and there was a pointer also which says that you have to be on your own pace. You have to be really slow, and this is what we have, I think, read in chapter number 2 as well. When it says that everybody has their own pace, you need not to keep yourself busy all the time. You need not to glorify that busyness also. You need to have some time for yourself also. You should take time, some time out to to embrace your changes, whatever you have learned, to reflect upon them, what is going in your life, to reflect upon all these things, whatever thoughts are actually going into your head right now, how you can declutter all these things. And all these things can take time, because it differs for different kind of people. For me, it can be, it can be a situation where I need a lot of healing maybe, and maybe for the other person it can be that they must have worked on themselves for a very long time, so they might need less of that, the process or the healing process, whatever it can be named as. So if I will start comparing myself to others, I'll keep my mind will keep bugging me with a lot of actions, or maybe a lot of things, maybe a lot of overthinking or thoughts, that I will do this also, I will do this also. So I think keeping ourselves busy, by comparing ourselves with other situations and the other people, will always make us more, I think, more into that zone of overthinking, and we'll be not at peace. So, going slow, keeping ourselves decluttered, and not glorifying that busyness of life is what I think is very important. And the importance of this needs to be highlighted, because in today's fast world, everybody wants to show that they are very busy. And repeating it again, glorifying busyness is not something which is good. So, yes. So, Manish ji, whatever we have said up till now, if you want to share something on that part, please.
Yeah, I have a lot of things to share actually.
Yes, please.
See, the thing is, see, certain practices like meditation, journaling, yoga. Sometimes what happens is, we go through the up and downs of life, and we go through some pain also. But the pain sets you free, and that's how you liberate yourself. And to bear that pain happily, you have to do meditation. You have to do journaling. You have to understand what is right for you. That might hurt you for a little time, but that will heal you forever. Because sometimes, if I I'm into stress also, whatever it is, like I'm very tired, I do meditation, I do deep breathing, and immediately I come to a right balance, right? So the same thing applies in relationships also. Sometimes if something uh, you know uh, sometimes things get a little hard or whatever. So if we practice these things like meditation, yoga, journaling, like what is right for me, so it might hurt me a little bit initially, but it will benefit me for later actually. So I feel that sometime to keep a right balance of our mind and body, we need to do regular meditation, yoga, and other healthy practices. And journaling is very important thing so that we don't overdo something, and to keep a right balance of our personal and non like professional life. So I feel journaling is a very important tool to keep to devote right time for different important activities of life on a regular basis, so that we don't overdo something and not spend enough time for uh, important area of life. So, and also one more thing is preventive communication. I think we read it yesterday or when. So, we have to, when you are in a relationship, you have to understand each other perspective. And so that if you communicate well in advance, like preventive communication, so you can avoid some assumptions that, oh, hey, I was expecting this from you, but you didn't do it. So preventive communication is very important area that we can once a week on Sunday, you can sit over a cup of tea or coffee and, just, have a very casual conversation in a happy way that, okay, yes, this is like what you want to do next year, this year, whatever. So it's kind of a very open and frank communication in a very compassionate manner. So preventive communication will, it will make you prepare in advance for any unforeseen future, like you can say, future events. So you can understand each other behavior, you know your preferences, how you want to have a dream life, how you want the other person to be your partner. So I think all these things play a very important role. So it's just like planning in advance so that you can plan your time and your priorities, right? So I feel all these areas are very important, and I feel if we practice them on a regular basis, it will make a big difference. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Manishji. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, we have been always talking about the tools to heal ourselves and the tools which can actually help us to know ourselves better. So, the most important part of it is that until and unless we know where things are going wrong, what are the things we need to heal, what are the things we need to actually mend, mend for ourselves, until and unless we know all those things, we won't be able to work on them from the root. So meditation is one thing which can always give you answers of what is actually going against your will, or maybe you can say subconsciously or unconsciously you have manifested something which you don't want into your life. So meditation is one the wonderful way to actually know those loopholes, maybe you can say. And then obviously we can use, there are so many tools, we can use those tools to heal ourselves. Journaling is again a very good tool to reflect whatever is going on inside our head. Journaling is one of the best tools, I would say, which can actually give your own perspective about yourself. So, yeah, thank you so much, Manishji, for sharing all those things. So, till now, we have been actually revolving around how working on ourselves can actually can make our relationships better, can make our our partners understand what actually we are going through, and maybe they can also we can, if we will work on ourselves, we can understand other people better. So I think everything starts from you. Everything starts from within. When you start taking care of yourself, everything around you start to flourish, starts to bloom. So I think every point, everything will come on this one single point only. So yeah, it was a beautiful read, and at the end of the chapter, there was a note to self when you should actually uh, have trust on yourself. So sometimes we say to a lot of people out there that I trust you, that you will be able to do this. I trust you, you will be able to achieve this. But it's very less often when we say all these things to ourselves. We say I love you to our partners. We say I love you to maybe to some people around us. But it's very less often when we say I love you to ourselves. So talking to yourself will create a lot of, I think, good things around ourselves, because if somebody else is not trusting you maybe, or somebody else is not loving you maybe, or they are not saying it, then you can yourself take care of all these things. There's a very wonderful book, I think we have read it together, mirror exercises. 21 days mirror challenge was there, mirror exercises were there, where every day you have to just give yourself 10 minutes. You have to go in front of the mirror first thing in the morning and just tell yourself that I love you, I trust you, and you can achieve anything and everything which you think of, and everything around you is fine. And once you look into your eyes and once you start doing all these things, trust me, for a few, some few days, I don't know if how many of us have tried this, but for first 3 4 days I used to cry when I used to talk to myself standing into the mirror. And slowly and eventually I accepted myself as I am. And then it was a little less when I was into deep sorrow after looking deep into my eyes. So these exercises really do work. So I think everybody of us should pick up some of the other tool. It will not take more than 10 minutes. We can just go into the mirror and talk to ourselves as if we are talking to our best friends. I used to write letters to Prabhu. She's my best friend. I used to write letters to Prabhu and telling that this is happening to me. So sometimes it's hard when you think that, okay, I don't know, will I, will I can I talk to myself? I won't be able to express it to myself. So there's a very nice trick I used to do. I used to write letters to Prabhu. I used to write, Dear Prabhu, this is what is happening to me. I never shared it with her because we don't get a lot of time to talk to each other nowadays. But then I used to write letters when I used to be sad, or when I used to be, wanted to know that what actually is going inside me, because sometimes it is very tough when you reflect on yourself. Either you just go in front of the mirror and spill it out, like we just vomit out everything when we have eaten a lot of food, or we can just go and write it on the paper. It is a part of journaling only. And if you think that you cannot talk to yourself, just write a letter to somebody you love dearly. Write a letter to your husband, write a letter to your universe, write a letter to your best friend. All these tools and techniques will be really really helpful. And I think when we start knowing ourselves much better, we'll be able to work on ourselves. So yeah, I think I have spoken a lot. So yeah, that was all from my end today. We are all in a journey, and I think we should take care of ourselves. That should be the first priority. So yeah, that's all from my end.
Uh,
Anybody wants to share anything? Yes, Manish, please.
want to add a few more things which I feel very important. See, in a relationship, right? Sometimes, even sometimes small gestures, like, a gentle hug, saying, I'm sorry, I love you, on small gestures, different. Maybe I'm making a tea, coffee, or doing some small homely thing. Sometimes when we say, I love you, I'm sorry, and giving a gentle hug, because sometimes these actions speak louder than words, because the person feels that, yes, that that you are spouse cares for you. And sometimes these actions play an important role in your life because you also bring the same person on the same frequency actually. And I think giving small gifts on different occasions, see, it's all about keeping your life full of life actually. So if you focus on taking small actions, maybe in the form of gestures or small gift and appreciating each other, that in so many different ways, I think they play a very important role. So just I feel them important, so just shared with you. And one more thing is, before we go to sleep, we should 5 minutes before, if we can do some affirmation that yes, thank you universe, I'm happy, I'm lovable, I have a good family, I have a good spouse, and things like that. But whatever you feel saying happy about and finding happy about yourself, have those affirmations, and then go to sleep with a full peace of mind. Now I trust in the process of the universe that everything will fall in place, and I will have a beautiful, happy life. So when you go to sleep, right, you are into 8 hours of sleep. So your during sleep, your conscious and subconscious mind doesn't make any difference, right? So your subconscious mind is always awake, and it will create those thoughts, those emotions, those patterns in your mind, which will further support your affirmations. So it's just like attracts like. So your thought will, attract the energy. That it will attract the incidents, people, resources, events that will support your affirmation. So I think all these play a very important role. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Manishji, for sharing all the tools with us. Definitely, all these things will be really helpful. All right. If anybody wants to share something, we are here, open. But otherwise, we can go with all the knowledge we shared with each other today, and we can just reflect on the things we. Yes, yes. Samina ji, you want to share something? Please, please do. Samina ji, were you saying something? All right, all right. Okay, so we shall end the session today. Thank you so much for being lovely co-readers and all the valuable points which you all have shared. So we'll meet on Monday and we'll start reading chapter number 4. I will highly urge again to everyone, please go through the reflective questions of chapter number 1, 2, and 3. And it will be good if we can share all those things, whatever we are actually feeling in the group itself. So take care, all of you. Have a great weekend. We shall meet on Monday.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
यार है ना कलर वाले सफेद अलग आज काला है झटकी मारे ना कपड़ा किधर है इधर रखी हुई थी इसके साथ
Jyoti, I'm taking the notes. I've taken the reading summary. Are you also taking, or have you taken anything? Jyoti, can you hear me?